Kita punya mantap.
Suara ada tak? Test. Test mic 1 2 3. Test mic 1 2 3 ada. Test mic. Test. Test mic 1 2 3. Test mic 1 2 3 cek. Hello. Kak jadi kau je. Hello test. Test dia putus Test. Test.
Kat mana Facebook ah?
Tu dah.
Boleh ah? Okey. Kenapa dia hijau?
Test mic 1 2 3. Test mic 1 2 3. Check mic 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3 test.
Dia memang akan delay 10 saat. Tak. Kita akan delay 10 saat. Kita tengok mic test 1 2 3. Test mic 1 2 3. Test kalau macam ni. Itu macam ni. Tunggu yang macam ni. Tunggu sikit lagi yang macam ni. Jadi saya bilang macam ni. Test mic 1 2 3. Test mic 1 2 3. Test. Ada? Ada, mantap. Kuat tak Jana? Kuat. Oh, kat kiri punya mic tak set up. Kat kiri punya mic tak set up. Cak saya ambil. Tadi saya tak fikir nak pergi kursi ke. Tiba Imat datang. Imat tahu sikit-sikit. Ibu dia gengsi kat bawah. Ini untuk mic ke kamera. Ini mic untuk capture sound ke kamera. Yang ni tak kira ada pocket kan? Yang ni ke pocket ni kat luar. Yang ni kat tepi ke? Sebab kita nak yang ni capture ke kamera ke live. Okay, yang ni use masuk dekat pocket ke?
Pocket ah. Boleh.
Untuk mic capture ke kamera.
Oh. Oh.
YouTube kan?
YouTube FB.
Oh, okay.
FB CCSC. It's in the poster. Okay.
This is my water. Can I take one or water?
Yours.
You
It's
you
yours.
don't have?
No. No, it's not for me. It's for you.
Because after speaking for a while, I need to take some water.
Where are you staying?
Bandar Tun Razak.
Quite far, is it? Jam?
So far no lah. Like I said today, no jam. Don't know.
He is very lucky. Not jam.
Today no jam.
Bandar Surat is always jam.
Later, huh?
Bandar Surat is always jam.
No. That's like outside maybe. Bandar the Sepatu area, that one jam because of the construction. But now also okay already.
Carry kita boleh start kot. Sebanyak awak akan start dulu kan? Kiri.
Tebuk je.
Okay.
Nanti share tau, Brian.
Ya, nanti I share.
Oh, nak pakai putih.
Ambil gambar semua.
This is our student. We have student committee and
Oh.
staff committee as well.
Okay.
Nanti
So,
saya gambar.
nanti someone will take photo, right?
Ya.
Can share.
Yes, sure.
Because yeah, otherwise Joyce will marah me.
Just text I dah.
Take photo.
We have to showcase all the programs.
Yes, that is our what do you call that? The things that we need to do as well.
Oh,
We have to showcase everything that we do.
which is good.
Yes,
Good.
so that people know.
More create more awareness of exposure on mental health, so people won't get worried when they go and talk to therapists or counselor.
So you conduct a session as well.
Yeah.
In real life too, real life clinic.
Oh,
Mm,
really?
yeah.
Real life clinic.
As a psychotherapist.
Yes. And hypnotherapist.
Oh,
But
hypnotherapist.
because Joyce is clinical hypnotherapist, so my position is as a success coach and psychotherapist. Even though I also do hypnosis.
Yeah. I want to learn hypnosis.
Very nice.
Berhenti lepas ni.
Exploring. I still exploring and reading about it.
Oh. Well, learn lah. No need to explore. Just learn. You can learn either from places like LCCH, or you can learn from NLP type. I got mine in NLP and also LCCH. Because I do my CBT, it comes with hypnosis. The cognitive behavior therapy. They also teach hypnosis.
In projecting the slide. So can we just post? If we have the slide, we will project it out throughout the session. But if we not, we are very sorry that we cannot project out. Yeah,
Oh, they cannot proceed.
yeah, the technician is actually working on it.
Oh.
Is it possible? Because
With the first question first, I think you talked just now. I saw the slide. You talk about burnout, right?
Yeah.
So more on burnout itself, but at first, the first question is about mental health as general. Maybe you can explain that.
Mental health.
As general.
Oh.
To the, yeah.
Okay.
that only, and then only we can project, try our best
Okay.
while working on it.
Oh, sure.
Is it possible?
No, it's okay for me. So long as they are, the rest is okay.
They are very, because they actually have been waiting since 9:30.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry for that. We are
No worry, no. Just is the your staff, your people. For me, it's okay. Because if they have been waiting for so long,
Okay. So
there's no need to introduce. I introduce myself.
I introduce a little bit, then I will give you to introduce yourself. Okay. And then first question, and then I have quiz for you to answer. And then second question, and then third question, and then after that, after the question, we got
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
second
wabarakatuh.
round quiz.
A very good
And then
morning to all
until
ladies
sixth
and
question,
gentlemen and
and
distinguished guests.
till the end, and then we'll have
Welcome
another
to
quiz.
the Mental Health Talk Show. It's a privilege to have you join us as we delve into this crucial topic as part of the IIUM Grand Mental Health Month program, highlighting a mental health a universal human right. Our moderator for today's insightful discussion is none other than Sister Khairia Abdul Razak, a senior clinical psychologist whose expertise in mental health and unwavering dedication to promoting well-being. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Sister Khairia to begin this talk on workplace burnout, struggling in silence.
Thank you.
Hello.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. I'm sorry that all of you have to wait for, like more than half an hour. You come here at 9:30, right? Okay. But because due to technical issue, we have to delay a bit. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank to our collaborator, which is MSD, okay, for organizing this program. And then we have also SMHA, Selangor Mental Health Association, and also Real Life Mental Health Clinic, okay, together with us because we want to support GMHMP, Brand Mental Health Month program, which is this program is annual program that we organize every year. Okay. So basically the program is actually not only for the student, okay, we also cater for the staff. Okay. So and it is actually in the conjunction of apa? Why we conduct this program on October every year? Bulan Kesihatan Mental lagi more. Why we conducted it every year? Okay. On 10-10. Ada apa 10-10?
Sale. Shopee sale.
Shopee sale.
For the sister always Shopee sale. For brothers I don't know. But it is not Shopee sale. It is World Mental Health Day. Okay? And okay, we have also National Counseling Month in October. So that's why we have to do this every October and every year. Okay? Okay, so we have here together with us, who is also our collaborator from Selangor Mental Health Association and Real Life Mental Health Clinic. Okay, we have Mr. Brian Fong Wai Kiong, which is he is a psychotherapist, and he he is well experienced in terms of apa? Bicara psychotherapist ni apa? Okay. Very experienced in terms of related to mental health, in terms of also NLP. Okay, have you ever heard about NLP before? Okay, NLP, and he is HRDF trainer. The experience is more than 30 years. Okay, so Mr. Brian will introduce himself later on more so that you can know more about him. Okay. So me myself, I forgot to introduce lah kan, sikit lah. Okay. Tadi dah introduce, MC dah introduce. I am Sister Khairia, okay, Senior Clinical Psychologist from CTAC. Biasalah aku nampak muka saya kan kat UI ini. Okay. So without further ado, I think I would like to invite our speaker for today to come in front. So basically, this program will be a talk show in which I will ask questions to Mr. Brian and he will answer. And we will also have a quizzes moment, so session. Siapa yang bertuah, we have like 6 lucky winners. So you have to be very, you have to concentrate on the point that Mr. Brian shared. So I will give the question or quiz based on what Mr. Brian shared. Just now I mentioned about the date kan, tarikh, bulan, counseling kan, tu semua tu soal bocor dah. So remember, siapa nak hadiah, kita ada hadiah tu best tau. Hadiah best. Okay. Tak ada. Tiket tu tak mampu lagi. Okay. So hadiah yang mampu kita bagilah, tapi best lah kan. Okay. So you have to concentrate, you have to focus, you have to make sure that you are energetic, okay, so that you can listen and you get something, not only knowledge, but also you can bring back the prize. Okay, so let's welcome Mr. Brian together with us.
Hello, good morning. Thank you, sister.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Brian, could you introduce yourself? Maybe they want to know more about you.
Sure. My name is Brian Fong. Thank you, sister. Thank you, IUM and CCSC for inviting me here today. I've been in the corporate industry for about 30 years, and I'm currently doing practicing as a psychotherapist and a success coach. I'm also a certified hypnotherapist, master NLP practitioner. So I help people who have anxiety issues, people who have depression issues. And recently I wrote a book called 3 Ways to Manage Your Anger, because I also have clients who come to me that have anger issue. So I also help people to understand why they have this anger issue. And I have worked in different countries for a bit as a consultant, as a therapist also. I've worked in Indonesia, Sulawesi, as well as Jakarta. I've worked in Singapore, and of course Malaysia, and also Bangkok. So that's a little bit about myself. I come from an IT background, but I also do process improvement. So some HR people will ask me, "You're from IT, how come you go to mental health?" A lot of people ask me. But what people don't realize is, whether you're in IT or in HR or whichever profession you're in, you are dealing with people, you are dealing with human beings. When you deal with people, you need to know how to talk to them, how to answer their question, how to make them feel relaxed to be with you, how to make them feel that they are valuable, that they can give you information that you want. That's why, but anyway, I start studying NLP and CBT. I'm a certified specialist in cognitive behavioral therapy with hypnosis, CBT. That's why I can say that I'm a psychotherapist. So should I proceed now? Because the slide is not ready.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Hello. I will ask a question
Yes,
first.
sure.
The first question. Okay. Just now you hear that Mr. Brian is a psychotherapist, and even though his background is in IT, kan? Even though we are not in the line of mental health, or even if we don't actually specialize in psychology, but we still have to learn the knowledge or the skill how to interact with human, how to communicate with human, to understand human. Okay. Okay. So the first question to Mr. Brian, okay, I believe that this is for the introduction. Everybody want to know when we come to this what you call training. Of course, you want to know because the topic is mental health at workplace. And the word mental health itself, I believe that some of you may know already, but we want to actually refresh and recap what is actually mental health, and according to Mr. Brian.
Okay, thank you. Mental health. Actually, today we will talk about a little bit about burnout and stress, and that is part of the mental health category. So, mental health, a lot of people misunderstood when they said, I have mental health issue, or I have stress, or I have anxiety. They misunderstood that it is something that only happens to certain people. Okay, but the thing is, when we talk about mental health issue, mental health challenges, all of us have mental health challenges. When you are facing financial problem and you can't sleep, that is a mental health challenge. When you have anxiety, when your daughters or your son go out with friends and didn't come back at 1 a.m., you are sitting there waiting for them. That is considered something that is anxiety, which is also categorized as mental health issue. So I've always tried to talk to people around me or my friends to let them know that when we talk about mental health, they should not be shy. They should not refrain from talking to counselor or therapist, because some people when they are afraid that if they go and see a counselor or a therapist, people will laugh at them. That's the stigma. Even today we have this stigma. But what they don't understand, what they don't know is, it will be very good if you can talk to a trained therapist or a trained counselor to help you to overcome whatever blockages that is in your mind. Okay, that generally, from my perspective, generally every one of us have a little bit of mental health issue and challenges. Let's call it challenges. It's not really an issue. It's a challenges. Sometimes, even myself, there are certain things that I'm not able to break through. So I have to talk to someone who are trained in the mind matters to help me to see through that. So I hope, since everyone is here, that means I believe that you are all open about going to see a counselor when you have issue, that you are open to see a therapist when you think you need some advice. So, sister, I think there's anyone have any question, any further question about mental health? Yes. Please call me Brian. Yes, you can say that there are two main things that most of my client comes to me about. One is depression, one is anxiety. Okay, anxiety is future based. That means like you are waiting for your son or your daughter to come back at 1 a.m. They are supposed to come back at 11, but it's already 1 a.m. So you start to imagine what is happening. Why they're so late? Is it because they missed the cab, the grab didn't bring them back or whatever? So that repetitive thinking of the bad things, the negative thoughts in your mind that creates the anxiety. So now, some people, they come to talk to me and say they have anxiety. When I talk, actually they have just normal worry. Okay, people who really have anxiety, they will have physical symptoms like breathing, they have breathing issues, they will be sweating, their palms are sweaty and all those kind of symptoms. So I hope that answer your question. Is okay?
My question is, can anxiety affected or caused by any phobia or trauma events? Can be triggered or not?
Um,
Can we call it as anxiety? Because in my cases, I have a phobia in the confined space and also lift.
Yep.
Every single time I want to enter the lift, I have to somebody accompany or someone inside also.
Okay. Okay.
For I don't know whether it's any reason, just suddenly you starting getting 15 years or something like that.
Okay, thank you. You are talking about phobia, claustrophobia. That means you are scared of going to live, going to even a room, confined space, right? Yeah, yeah. So that will also cause you to have anxiety. Actually, phobia is more serious in terms of between anxiety. So, but if you want to remove phobia, it can be done. Okay, whether you have anxiety or you have phobias or whichever thing, it can be done. It can be removed. It's just matter whether you want to be removed or not. So long as you do not reach the extent that when you go inside the confined space, you want to faint, then it can still be helped. Yeah, anxiety is anxiety. Anxiety will also leads you to all these kind of other symptoms where and anxiety can be broken down to different type of anxiety. You have social, general social anxiety. You have the panic attack kind of anxiety, and phobia is also one of them. But phobia is actually quite distinct, quite different. But it is also part of it to me. But if you are interested to explore how to overcome that, you can use CBT, uh, or you can use hypnosis, or you can use NLP. NLP, the founder of NLP has successfully helped a lot of people who have phobia. Thank you. Very nice. Please keep the question coming while they are working on the technical.
Okay. So just now, Mr. Mr. Brian already answered about anxiety and phobia. Of course, phobia is one part of anxiety, but phobia is the symptoms might be different to anxiety. Okay, so just now Mr. Brian also talked about mental health. Okay, so mental health just now Mr. Brian mentioned that mental health issues, some of us or challenges, some of us may have, right? But mental health itself, every one of us, we have mental health. Okay, remember this. Every one of us have mental health, right? Like, for example, like you have physical health, right? Mental health also. So mental health and physical health is the same thing. So there is no health without mental health. Understand? So maybe Ms. Brian want to mention about what is mental illness. Just now we talked about mental health. So what is the difference? We have mental health, and what is the difference? Mental illness ni apa pula? Kan? So maybe you want to share with them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, correct. The difference between mental health and mental illness. So actually, mental illness also there is a different category of mental illness. I think the current trend is we try not to talk about putting it as an illness. We will say that it's a mental challenges because when you equate illness with the mentality, people always equate illness with something that is quite on the extreme. That means you're sick. When you use those kind of words, people will refrain from seeking help, especially when he talks about the mental one. So he said, I have some mental challenges. The mental challenges is I have depression, okay, or I have panic attack. My mental challenges is like I will freeze up whenever someone asks me to come up to stage and talk, and other things. So of course the real mental illness or challenges that a lot of psychiatrists is trying to overcome is schizophrenia. Okay, and I've I've also handled some cases like bipolar, borderline personality disorder. So previously these are categorized as mental illness, but right now we would like to call it as mental challenges, especially when I come from NLP background, because the founder of NLP, they believe that all these are just challenges in the human mind, and it can be overcome using their methodology and different techniques. So when we approach our approach to different clients will be different based on the client's receptiveness and uh, how they how they reflect back to us. Thank you, sis.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Yes, okay. This is according NLP. Kalau macam saya, clinical psychologist, saya memang tak guna dah mental challenges. Saya memang guna kalau if you are being diagnosed, mental disorder je, mental illness. So the different. Being the practitioner in the line of mental health and clinical, of course, we have to be straightforward to tell that this is what you experience, this is the illnesses that you will experience. But for NLP, maybe their approach is different. So we welcome any kind of approaches. Okay, so some people maybe they feel better with NLP. Some people they need very structured and straightforward method. Okay, so we already the slide already can open now. Okay, so we will move to the next question, but we have one quiz question. We have first question for the quiz. Siapa nak jawab? Dia soalan dia. Mana dah tahu dah nak share kan, tiba-tiba nak jawab terus. Okay. This one already Mr. Brian already mentioned just now. Okay? Soalan dah bocor dah pun. Okay. How does mental health and mental illness different? Siapa tahu? Angkat tangan. Sini. Bapa kamu kan? Introduce yourself daripada mana?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Aini from Internal Audit Office. From what I have learned this morning from Mr. Brian, mental health associate with everyone, but not everyone has mental illness.
Okay. That's all. Mental illness is when you are having difficulty. Maksudnya you ada penyakit tu sendiri. Okay? Not everyone of us being diagnosed with mental illness. Right? Mental health, everybody got. When you're able to function well, you can come to this what we call session, training, you can go to the work, to your workplace. So means that you can function, even though maybe it could be some issue, but it is only issues, not illnesses yet. Okay? Okay, so next. Okay. So we will proceed to the questions that related to our topic, yeah? Okay, so what is burnout? Okay, maybe some of you got ideas what is burnout already, and then some of you may actually experience the burnout itself. Okay, so what is burnout, and what are the factors that cause a person to experience burnout? Okay, so this one I will give the floor to Mr. Brian to answer. Like maybe he will use the slide. Okay, so yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, sister. So the slide is finally up. From just now when I came in, I thought the rest of the people have not come in yet, but now it's clear that there was a research last time that says that most of the time the people who seek out therapies is mostly the ladies. They are more open. Mostly they are more open. You see, the gentlemen's are a lot less than the ladies. Anyway, how's everyone today? Good, good. Good. Then no need to talk already because today I'm talking about burnout. That means everyone is good in a good condition. So no need to listen to my burnout. We are talking about workplace burnout today. Yeah. Okay. Before I go into the burnout thing, I'd like to share with you all something that I read the other day. There was upon a time there was a young, strong woodcutter, and he's looking for a job. So he went to a timber merchant and he got the job. So the pay is good, the working environment is good. So this young woodcutter said to himself, "I must do my best. I must do my best." So on the first day, the boss give him an axe and bring him to an area. This is the area you need to help me to clear the trees. So the woodcutter went to work, chop, chop, chop. Then first day he get 20 trees. He brought it back to the boss. The boss is so happy, and he said, "You are the best. You are one of our best woodcutter." So motivated, the young woodcutter on the second day tell himself, "I will do more than 20 today." So he went to the area that he's supposed to work on and chop, 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 chop. Then unfortunately, only get 15 trees on the day. But he said, tomorrow I'll do better. And tomorrow on the third day, he go and chop, chop, chop. And then you only get 12. And as the days goes by, he get less and less. Until one day, he tell himself, "Am I losing my strength? What's happening to me? Something happening to me. Why am I getting less and less free?" So he is so disappointed with himself. He's so distraught that he wants to resign. So he go and see the boss. "Boss, I think I'm losing my strength. I think something is wrong with me. I want to go. I don't want to disappoint you." So the boss take a look at him, and the boss look at the axe and said, "Young man, when was the last time you have sharpened the axe?" The woodcutter said, "Sharpen? I was so busy chopping down the trees. I don't even have time to sharpen the axe." Okay, I don't know whether you are familiar with this story. You can find it in Stephen Covey's book, 7 Highly Effective People. in the point number 7, sharpen your axe. But I use this in the context of today's topic because it is a bit linked to that. A lot of time, we are so focused on doing our job, we are so focused on delivering what we are supposed to do, we are so passionate about our job, we forgot to take care of ourselves. So how many of you have encountered such situation where you are so focused on your job that you forgot to take your lunch? Or you forgot, really, there are people like that, you've forgotten to call your honey to say, I love you. And then you go back, the door lock has changed. Yeah, there are people who are so passionate about their job, people who are who wants to move ahead, that they just focus on their job, but they forgot about their health. They forgot about the rest of the things. So today we are going to talk more about this. Just now I've already introduced myself, and this is just another screen. So burnout, I like this. I don't know who said this. Burnout is due to a lack of respect for your personal boundaries. The author is unknown, but I love this quote. There is a lot of quote in the internet, but I chose this one because this is precisely what happens when we are burned out. And by the way, as the sister said, there will be gifts. Yeah. So I hope anytime during my talk, you can always ask question. Yeah. I like interactive crowd. Can? Boleh? Boleh? Okay, thank you. That's why I think I informed I doctor before. During my training, I seldom use mic because I always throw my voice. So when I use mic, I feel a bit don't know how to throw my voice because I'm afraid that I'm shouting into the mic. So if I'm too loud, please let me know. Because when I speak about mental health topics, I'm very excited. So I tend to talk a lot and I tend to speak loud. Okay, a little statistics about burnout. According to Microsoft Work Trend Index, they always do this work trend index in Microsoft. They will do a global survey of workers around multiple industry and companies and publish 48% of employees and more than half of managers report feeling burnt out at work. So who are the managers here? Other manager? Semua senior head? Semua shy ke? Don't want to admit. So actually it's 53% are managers. I don't know why the mic sometimes sounds better than some. Okay, I think better. In order not to bore you, I think I will just use my normal voice. If it is too loud, please let me know because just now I'm trying to hold back my voice. I'm just afraid that when I speak into the mic, it will be too loud. I can't really hear myself. So 53% of people who reported burnout are mostly managers. Okay, and only 48% are staff. So if you are staff, not managerial level, that means you need to work harder. You haven't reached the burnout stage. Poor manager. So next, if you are not manager, you go back to your manager, buy him makan, buy him some tea. He is working so hard. Snapshot of Future Forum. Future Forum is another survey company that they do desktop surveys of companies of how people react in terms of working environment. Burnout, according to them, burnout is still on the rise globally with 42% of workforce reporting it. And women and workers under 30 are at greater risk of burning out than everyone else. Agree or not, ladies? Tara, no response? That means you all don't agree that you have burnout issues. No, he said women and workers under 30. That means workers under 30 can be young men like him. And you all may not believe it, but I have a few clients who are not even 25 years old who are taking depressive medication. That is the young people of today. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why they have this kind of thinking. There have been research done, but I'll still keep my own opinion. Because for me, I've been through the stages. Nearly half of 18 to 29 years old said they are drained, with 40% of their peers aged 30 and up, while women, 46%, reported higher levels of burnout. I think IIUM management is very good. The ladies here are all cool, no problem. So this doesn't apply to you. Definition of burnout. Okay, we talk about burnout. What is the definition? I chose two definitions. There's quite a lot of definition. One is the, of course, World Health Organization. It says that burnout as a symptom, it's a symptom as a resulting from chronic workplace stress. I purposely put the color. Later I'll talk about a little bit more about stress. That has not been successfully managed. Okay, that has not been successfully managed. And from Psychology Today, it says burnout is a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion brought on by prolonged or repeated stress. This, I would agree to both of the statement here. It's always about the repeated, unmanaged stress. So far, has any of you are familiar with the term burnout? You're familiar with that. You have heard about it, right? But do you know that based on this description that stress is not stress because most of the time when people talk to us, they say, I'm so stressed. That's the word they use. And normally people will only think that stress is causing all these kind of issues in their mind. But in actual fact, when you are overly stressed and you cannot manage your stress, you will have burnout. So burnout is a one step. The symptom is more challenging than stress. So if the next time you go to CCSE, you don't tell them you're stressed because stress, okay lah. You tell them I have burnout. Now they know, oh, you have burnout. Okay. I'll prioritize your case. Okay, common sign and symptom of burnout, it can be physical, it can be emotional, and it will reflect in your behavior. Okay, you may have headache, insomnia, you may have a sense of helplessness. You may have cynicism, sense of failure, tiredness, like the wood cutter I described to you just now. After he tried so hard, he put in so much effort, still he cannot achieve what he wants to achieve. So he felt that he has a sense of failure. He feels so tired. This is all mental. This is all in your head. And he's feeling detached, and decreased satisfaction. If you have staff reporting under you, this is the word that you have to take care. You have to be familiar with. Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. If you have staff you are managing, even yourself, quiet quitting. Actually, quiet quitting has been happening. You will see a lot of senior staff who have been working in the same position for many years, and it seems they are happy, but they will check in at precisely the time that they're supposed to clock in, and they'll clock out precisely the time they're supposed to clock out. Okay, I come from a corporate background, so I've seen a lot of these cases. They are in their 40s, they may be in their 50s, like myself, they may even be in their 30s. They are the group who do the quiet quitting. That means they will just do just enough so that my manager will not sack me, will not ask me to leave, so that I will not get that letter. Why they do this? There is a psychology behind that. Of course, there are people who are like that, people who have behavioral issues, people who have disciplinary issues. But a majority of the people that I met who have this quiet quitting mentality is because initially they have been focusing a lot of their effort in doing what they are supposed to be doing. Something happened in between that makes them to give up. Who makes them, if you ask them, they will say, Sudahlah, you put in this extra much. Does the management appreciate you or not? Correct? Wow, it sounds like everybody agree. Oh my God, did I hit a spot here? Quiet quitting. Okay, that will be another topic. I have another topic for that, how to overcome that kind of mentality. But if you have staff or if you are doing that, you really have to reevaluate why you are doing that. And then change of eating habits, sometimes some people, and using substance to cope. Okay, substance, drugs, whatever. Okay, some people will want to have some sleeping pills, some people would need to have a few whiskey or drinks or whatever, to knock themselves out. So those are some of the symptoms. What is the common causes? Common causes, I put possibly, because there are some different articles about how this come about. I said possibly it may be a stressful work environment or holding too many responsibilities. Okay, because it's a possibly because stressful work environment may not be something that is causing it, because you may have a high tolerance for stress, and you may some of you may love the challenges. So some people may not be able to take it. So I said possibly, but holding too many responsibility may be. Okay, if you are juggling with too many works, and again, this is just your mental conjecture. I have so many things on my mind. I have so many things, so many works on my table, on my hand. But if you take a step back, you may realize that it is not really that many. Okay, so that this is just a possibility, especially if you talk to people who have do process improvement consultant like myself. So any manager who comes and tell me that, oh, I have so much work to do, I need to clear my table, and the boss is still giving me so many things to do, then I will put you on a special work scope kind of checklist to see whether you are really that overloaded or not. And I can tell you, 90% of the time, the manager is not overloaded. Okay? 90% of the time, really. It is just a way you do your time management. It's just a way of how you break down the work into to pieces, the chunk of work. It's a way of how you manage your time. That's all. Okay. If anyone wants to know more about this, we can talk about it later. Okay. Can be experienced by anyone with prolonged level of chronic stress. I will talk more about chronic stress later. Most often caused by problems at work, it can also appear in other areas of life, like parenting, caretaking, or even romantic relationships. So far, any question? I need you all to ask question because if you don't ask question you may drift off now. If you drift off, I will try to hypnotize you to give me your bank number. Just joking. Hypnosis, don't do that. I'm just kidding. Okay, factors that may contribute to burnout. Having little or no control over your work. Lack of recognition. I think these are quite standard. How many of you think that you are lack of recognition here? Don't worry lah, your boss not here. Yeah, I like him. Nanti I kasih gula-gula. Don't worry. Lack of recognition, overly demanding job expectation. You all feel that? Do you all feel that? Overly demanding? Auditor? Auditor will always feel that. Right? Too many paperwork lah. Kena audit lagi that one. I do this one, nanti that one say why I do like that. Correct or not? I know lah, auditor. Working too much without socializing or relaxing. Again, young men. Lack of close supporting relationship. Perfectionistic tendency. Any perfectionist here? No. Oh, you're chincai una. Okay. No worry. The Asia boss is not here. Stress or burnout? Okay, just now I talk about stress. I talk about burnout, and then there's a mention about stress. So I want to share with you all the difference between stress and burnout. You can have stress without burnout, but cannot have burnout without stress. I love these pictures that I got from the internet. It's from Coach Eileen. You see, the burnout is a dimmer switch. You know what's a dimmer switch? You go to a hall like this, you have the switch that you can do like this, dimmer, up, down. Burnout is like stress. You just turn on and turn off. Like yesterday evening, I have a real burnout, stress. Yesterday evening, I have a real stress. My switch of stress is on because I need to come up with these slides for you. So yesterday evening, I have full stress. Well, later I'm going to talk more about stress, the different type of stress. But just to differentiate it is, burnout is the accumulation of unchecked and built up stress over a long period of time, which one feel like nothing can be done. So you have this stress over a long period of time, and you feel like I'm destined to have this stress. Nothing can be done. So even if someone said, "Let me help you," no, you cannot help me. I'm born with this. I'm always stressful. But of course, I'm saying it as if it is something that is easy. But if you really have this kind of prolonged stress, you would not be even want to talk about it. Yeah. Who say yes? Good. So maybe you have experienced that before. Yeah. I mean, don't be shy. Let us share this kind of symptoms so people around you can learn. How you overcome that. What did you do? Because these are very serious things. If you read the newspaper a few months back, one of the popular actress committed suicide. And there are also other actress or actor committed suicide, all due to all this build up of stress. Sometimes you won't even know it. You may be very happy. You think you are very happy talking to friends and things like that. But when you go back home, you will, when everything is quiet around you, you will know. You will feel. You'll be able to feel in your heart what it is like. So if you have those kind of Correct. Yes. This is a definition from the psychiatrists and psychologists, how they define it. So, like I tried to explain just now, I asked who understand about burnout, because burnout seldom people use. Maybe when I was younger, I did hear people talk about burnout, but they just use it like normal. But from a psychological perspective, okay, burnout is more serious than a stress because burnout happens when you have prolonged stress. People normally use stress is because possibly because you watch movie, people say they have stress. You read books, people say they have stress. But even stress, according to the American Psychological Association, there are different types. So which I'm going to cover later. So what you need to understand is that burnout is more serious than stress, according to the psychological definition, the categorization from a medical point of view. Okay. So if you, like I said, next time you went to go to HR, you go to counselor, you tell them you have burnout, so they will give you priority nowadays. Because stress, everyone is talking about stress. I have stress, but actually, they just use the word without really understanding the medical explanation behind that. And also, the other word that is frequently misused is anxiety. I have anxiety. I have this issue. And I also come across people who say they are depressed. Nowadays, a lot of young people, they like to do self-diagnosis because from internet, they can find all these kind of symptoms. And sometimes they misdiagnose. Like I have a case when I have a client in Indonesia. She came to me with anxiety issue. So out of 5 working days, she only go to work for 3 days. 2 days she dare not step out of the house. And then after some sessions, she come and tell me, hey, Brian, I think I have depression. I said, what? We are talking about anxiety. How come suddenly you have depression? And she said, oh, because my friend got depression. And I read on the internet, depression is this. I think I have that sign. So I said, I've been talking to you for this couple of weeks, and I don't see that you really have depression. So sometimes it is good to know the symptom, but do not hang on to it. Okay, do not hang on to it. Talk to someone, talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor. They will be able to tell you. So don't depress yourself by believing that you have depression, or don't get anxiety attack by deceiving yourself that you have anxiety just because you read something on the internet. Can? Boleh? Can? If you're unsure, you can always check with CT and also the doctor here. Yes? I don't know whether it should be categorized. Sister, how from the medical term, is it a disability? Disability?
Kita jawab no, burnout is not a disability. Unless you are because of burnout, you may have depression. Okay? So that's now ada soalan yang tadi how to differentiate stress and burnout. Stress, everyone can have stress. It can be positive, it can be negative. But burnout occurs because you are unable to manage stress. Okay? So that.
Thank you. I dare not. Yes. Oh, okay. That is quite complicated in a sense for normal people to make a decision on whether someone is suffering from whichever symptom. So it's best if you have friends who are like that to refer them to sister or doctor for the diagnosis. Because like I just tried to tell you, don't just follow blindly from the internet what is the symptom and all those. Because beside that, as a experienced and trained psychotherapists and psychiatrists, we also need to talk to the person to look at their body language and the language that they use. Sister, you have anything to add to?
You cannot simply look at the internet for the screening, or maybe you can do for online, but you cannot just take the conclusion that I have mental illness or disorder. You have to go and see the professional who can diagnose, psychiatrist and clinical psychologist. So go and see them, and they will do the psychological assessment, clinical assessment. Okay, so it is not only based on the question. We will do the interview, clinical diagnostic interview. Okay, that will be maybe can help you to understand more.
Yeah, does that answer your question? I see still some question mark in your head. Yeah. You can always come back and ask. Yeah. Any other question about this? Yes. It depends on the individual, really. It depends on the individual. I'm answering from the perspective of CBT and also NLP. For me, when a client comes to me, my first question is, are you ready to overcome whatever challenges you're facing currently? because there are patients who just like to talk to psychotherapists. They are not ready to change. They are not ready to overcome their weakness because to them, they have a secondary gain. Some of them. That means I have depression or I have burnout. So when I tell people that I have these symptoms, people will take pity on me. People will take care of me. Those are secondary gain. So how long it will take for them to recover really depends on the individual and how closely he work with the therapist. Yeah. Oh, sorry, behind. Depression? Depression, you mean? No, it's two clinical symptom different. Different. Your burnout stress may possibly lead to depression. We always use the possibility. It's not really conclusive. Okay. Sorry, this gentleman.
Normally it's interrelated depression, anxiety, and so on. So anxiety and stress normally there is a kind of a medication. They have to take medication. How about burnout? Is it way out is through medication?
You are talking to a psychotherapist who don't give medicine, so I would not want to talk about medication. For my part, I would advise that for stress and anxiety, if possible, you just do a talk therapy. Okay, even for depression client, it depends on the severity, the level of the depression. Some not so severe, they can actually go through talk therapy. Some who are severe, they have to do medication plus talk therapy. So not all symptom needs to take medication. And it also, again, depends very much on the individual. Yes. Sorry? Avoid. Oh, you want to avoid? You don't want to have stress, you don't want to have burnout. Oh, that means he has both stress and burnout. Oh, okay. I mean, that it's quite difficult to say whether someone has or not. So I wouldn't want to use the word avoid because even people who do meditation, they may have stress. We are human. So I would not, I mean, I would love to meet that person who think he really don't have stress or burnout. Possibly, you can say you don't have burnout, but I think it's quite difficult to say you don't have stress. Unless, I mean, even if you live like a hermit, you go to the mountain to meditate, you don't care about anything. But I don't know whether it's in their mind. What if a tiger come along when I'm meditation? That is also stress. It is inbuilt. You have to understand from the medical, the term why you have stress is because of our primitive brain. Okay, it's helping. It's supposed to help us to avoid danger. That's why we have this thing called stress. But people overuse that. And when you talk about stress, people will always equate stress to negative, no good. But actually, stress is good. There are things that is called edu stress, use stress, which is good. Okay, but of course that will be another class lah. Sister will bring you through. Okay, does that answer the question? Okay. But really, I don't think anyone can avoid this. Burnout maybe, but stress no. Stress versus burnout. Okay. Stress, you are over-engaged, reactive, you have sense of urgency, hyperactivity, leads to anxiety, physical tolling. Burnout, you are disengaged, blunted, or distanced emotion, sense of helplessness. So this just a graphical view of the difference between burnout and stress. Okay, burnout is like you are giving up already. You are in the verge of giving up. But no matter what I do, I also cannot one. The manager will always pick on me one. This kind of thoughts. No, please. Correct. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I have a slide talking about that. So now I can skip the slide. Yes, indeed. Yes, your personal time. Yes. So it all depends on the individual. So you have to take back your life. So we talk about burnout. Burnout is because you have stress that you are not able to manage. That's why I want to talk a little bit about stress. What is stress? So once you understand the actual medical explanation of stress, so you won't. Next time when your staff come and talk to you, they have stress, you can tell them what kind of stress they are having, whether there's a real stress or not real stress. Okay. So all stress begins with one negative thought. Can anyone tell me what do you see here? Glass of water? Half full. Full. Full the cup. Yes, everyone is right. But another thing is, if you are to hold this cup of water, this plastic bottle, like this, for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, half a day, what will happen? It will become heavier and heavier, right? Yeah, correct. So this is what happens with stress. It is something that you're holding in your mind, which sometimes you are aware, sometimes you're not aware. And slowly this small little thing become bigger, until one day you found out that it's very difficult even to think about it. You will have difficulty in breathing. You may be sweating. Okay, so that is stress. That is why you need to know the definition. The main cause of stress from the American Psychological Association is always financial. Anyone don't have this issue? Hands up. It's always financial. But then again, if you can look at it from a different perspective, just live within your means, or you can do something else. You can have a passive income, right? Then the other form of stress is work-related or business, like job stress, too much work, job insecurity, dissatisfaction with a job or career, conflict with boss, co-workers, business turnover, burn rate. How many of you have this issue? Conflict with boss. Job insecurity. I think we all at certain point in time will have conflict with someone, maybe a colleague. Okay, your boss is also your colleague. Your manager is your colleague. Your CEO is your colleague. They just got a different title. Look at it from this point of view. If you want to be, if you believe that you are contributing, okay, you believe that you are contributing, you have new ideas, you can do more. You always have to think in terms of human to human interaction, in terms of colleagues, because why I want to when you feel stressed or you are unhappy or you want to release whatever tension, is to do alternate nostril. Hold it. Breathe out. How do you feel? Do you feel fresher, relaxed? If you want to abut, to scold someone, and you may worry that you may say the wrong thing, do these kind of things. Okay, this is called alternate breathing. There are other different breathing techniques when they teach you to breathe in, hold for a while, breathe out, hold for a while. So what it actually does is to help you to have blood circulation and breathing. Because as we grow younger in the 40s, 50s, we do less exercise. When we do less exercise, the airflow in circulation in our body become less. We are not using the full capacity of our lung. That's why people who don't exercise, people who don't work, they get weaker and weaker. So then nowadays the trend is to do deep breathing, even to do ice bath. Anyone heard of ice bath before? Yeah, where you just jump inside the bath, -degree ice. Okay, those are another topics altogether, but that will help you to avoid stress. Okay, I'm coming to my last two slides. I just want to touch a little bit of how therapy can help. It helps people affect positive changes in their life by showing them how to manage your emotion, your connections, and your behavior. This is true also for people who wants to have consulting with CCSC. Okay, it's not only therapy. Okay. And top 5 how therapy can help you. Putting in perspective, help you to manage your mental health. Become more aware of your thoughts pattern. Can release tension, help you. Okay. And then can help you to sort your feelings out. Stress is not what happens to us, it is our response to what happens. Always remember this. Whatever happened outside that you think is affecting you, you have to look at it from a different perspective. You have to ask yourself, can I change that? If you can't change that, why are you so stressed about that? So you have to manage your emotion, what you can do about that, rather than tell people, I'm so angry, I'm so stressed because of that guy lah, because of the rain lah, because of external factor, which you cannot change. You are only bringing unhappiness, sadness, stress upon yourself if you do that. If you want to live a calmer life, always remember what that response is something that you can choose. You have a choice. In NLP, we always say you have a choice. You can choose to be happy, you can choose to be unhappy. If you are currently very stressed, very unhappy, you don't believe what I'm saying that you can choose to be happy, later after this, you can come to talk to me. I can show you how to do that. Okay? It's real. It's a matter of how you look at things. Thank you. And that's my contact and the real life context. Thank you. Any question? No more question. There's still a few more gifts left.
Yeah. So if you have any question, you can ask. Later, I will ask question to you. You will get present from me if you are able to answer. Okay. Ada soalan?
How would the best role they play in terms to tackling these two issues, burnout and stress?
Yeah. Okay, this is actually one of my questions, but Mr. Brian go all in the slide. It's okay. So maybe Mr. Brian.
We want to answer from your perspective, IIUM perspective.
Mr. Rain, answer first.
I answer first. Sorry, you're asking how should a supervisor or manager handle people with this? Communication.
Yeah.
Communication is a word that has been used, have been abused. Actually, communications is a very important thing in our life. The way to communicate. As a supervisor or manager, the important thing, based on my experience, the important thing when we communicate is do not use your ego to communicate. When you use your ego to communicate, then your staff will have a distance between you. And in general, when I do my class about communications, I would first of all tell you to be aware of how you communicate with yourself. Do you all know you are always communicating with yourself? You are thinking about this, thinking about that. That is the way you're communicating with yourself. People who have low self-esteem is because they always use negative words to communicate with themselves. So how do you handle the staff to help them with stress and burnout? Is to communicate proactively in a positive manner and to be empathetic in listening to whatever they say. It is a skill set. Okay, I think from IIUM perspective.
Okay.
Those who burn out, just for example, they go to the clinic and so on.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to prove that they are burnt out, to give them medication, for them to take leave and so on. In our context, how would be the practical approach when we're handling the stress and so on? Because the symptom is not like, for example, you have a fever and so on.
Okay.
So how would you suggest that?
Okay. Actually, in our center, we have a counselor who handle the staff. So from assessment that made by the counselor or psychologist can help actually to prove that the staff having the difficulty in terms of their mental. So here the report from the professional can help. So this is, you cannot just simply say that I have been out and mention the symptoms without the proof from the professionals. So the professional will do the report, and from the report we will discuss, okay, how to help the client and how to help the staff. Okay, so this is what we practice in IIM, not only for the staff but also for the student as well. For the student who cannot come to the class, maybe they have difficulty in terms of their mental, their emotion, so they have to come and see us. We will do the assessment. If the person having mental illness, we do the clinical assessment and diagnosis, and with the report, then the kuliah can make the decision. Take leave, or maybe they want the special exam, or they want to have like maybe extra time during the exam. For the student, we already have the mental health policy, but for the staff, we are in the progress of implementing it. The embassy will work on it as well for the staff. Yeah. Healing.
I think to add to sister, this is just for information. Across the world right now in foreign countries, they have this thing called mental health day off. Because we have sick leave, right? We have annual leave and things like that. But now they have this new category, which is practicing in some big companies like Nike and LinkedIn, where you can actually apply for mental health day off, where you can go for meditation, you can go for climbing the mountain or go for whatever to release your stress. But I don't know whether it's being practiced in Malaysia context. When you apply for mental health day off, doesn't mean that you have a mental health issue. You just want to take a leave, which is not sick leave, which is not annual leave, but a leave for you to recuperate. Okay, I don't know whether it's being practiced in Malaysia context.
I think we don't have that special leave allocate for that, but I believe that some of the officers do make for the staff Like for example, you go for like what fitness activities. It could be the healing activity for the staff as well. You know, so maybe the organization should look on this, more activities on this. Like for example, fitness activities or coping day. In a day, we have the activities like you go for coffee together, and then you go for fitness, cycling, or anything lah. So that this one could actually help the well-being of the staff as well. Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah. I think because we run out of time, okay, so I want to move to the quiz. Okay, Mr. Brian. Okay, thank you for your sharing. Okay,
Thank you.
So later we will have photography session. So now we move to the quiz. Okay, so just now I mentioned about the day and the date of mental health, mental health, World Mental Health Day and counseling. What you call counseling month, National Counseling Month. Okay, now I want to ask you. We have one more. Okay, it's not in October. Okay, so the question is, when is Mental Health Awareness Month? No, not April, not October, not August.
December.
Ujung.
January.
May, yes, correct. It's on May. It's month. Kalau kita kata month, bulan adalah May. Kalau day, World Mental Health Day is on October 10/10. Okay? Okay. So another question. Ada lagi, kita ada banyak lagi soalan ni. Jangan give up, jangan give up. Okay. What is the theme for World Mental Health Day this year? Ada kat sini terpampang, korang tak payah Google. Carilah anda. Ni doktor. Apa? Okay ni. Jawapan betul. Okay. Dapat hadiah. Okay, so ni soalan senang. When is the Counseling National Month? Tadi dah sebut dah banyak kali. Soalan bocor. October. Okay, thank you, brother. Okay. Ni soalan susah. Tadi dah susah tapi Mr. Brian already explained just now. Okay, if you concentrate, if you focus, you will be able to answer. Okay? So we have the question is, what is stress? Short term je. Jawab lah betul-betul. Apa? Siapa nak jawab? Okay, sister. When we have negative thought, okay, boleh terima ke tak? Boleh terima tak? Kita tanya Mr. Brian. Betul, you can accept that? Can, okay. Okay, that is one part of definition. Okay, so another one is, what is the type of stress? Siapa nak jawab? Okay. Berapa tu? Ada 3?
Episodic acute stress and chronic.
Yes. Wow, you really understand and focus during the session. Okay, for your information, actually we are live also in Facebook and YouTube. I forget to actually read them in the Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Okay, dah nak hujung baru nak greet. Okay, so sebenarnya kalau according to Mr. Brian just now, he mentioned about that 3 types. Kalau for me ada 2 type. Siapa nak jawab? Tapi tak ada hadiah lah. Dah hadiah dah habis. Ada 2. Positive. Tapi nama dia apa? What is the name? Okay, for positive stress is eustress. For negative one is de-stress. Okay? So whatever it is, stress can be managed. You cannot delete the stress in your life. Okay, everybody will experience stress. Like for example, coming here also a commitment for you. It's a stress as well. but it's a positive stress in which you learn something and it makes you grow. Okay? Okay. So I think that's all for today. Okay, we have pesanan penaja. If all of you will actually come to our program next tomorrow, okay, please come at 10. Okay, our program will start at 10 a.m. Okay, we have Haji Hushim, who is the counselor, okay, who will talk about if you have issue like marriage, not you lah, if you want to understand issue in counseling, marriage and relationship, you can come tomorrow. Okay? Okay, that's all from me. I'm sorry for any shortcoming. Okay, and inshallah we'll see you again. I believe that we have lunch. Okay, so before you go, let's us take the picture first, photography session. Mungkin boleh ke tengah sikit semua orang. So the speaker will sit here. Okay, come. Having the, oh, sorry.